I've wanted to do that for a long time, but I kept forgetting to. It's a stupid way to start stream. Hello! I think we're actually going to I mean, it's too soon to tell, I suppose, but I don't think we're gonna have any technical difficulties today, guys. I think sorry to break it to you, but I think it's gonna go okay. Ouija? That's not a good starting word. That was an impressive performance. Hello! Hello, welcome. I'm gonna turn this off. We can now close the stream? Yeah, you got what you came. Holy crap, I can't speak my own language. You got what you came for. That track and my eyebrows. Ooh, that's a good start. Heart for Kingdom Hearts. Okay, how about Beast? No. How about... Dealt. No. Knocks out 4 vowels at once, the heck you mean? Well, I guess I was thrown off by the J, but you're right, that's actually a great starting word. No, that's a really good starting word. Why don't I use that starting word? Meant. There you go. Cheater! You sure you're not having technical problems? I mean, do brain farts count? Anyway, Kingdom Hearts! Get the audio on. Wah, 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 wah. Gotta switch my monitor over. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Capture Card. I love when you do that. That's fun. Sure. There's no reason for that to happen. Sorry for the color blast. Maybe I just shouldn't do Wordle on Kingdom Hearts streams if that's gonna happen every time. Anyway. When last we left off with Sora and friends, we were in... Brain issues are firmware, not hardware. Yeah, that's what my cap card sends out when it doesn't have a signal, and for some reason it turns the signal off when I switch monitor inputs, which doesn't make any sense. But, yeah, what were we up to? The Toy Story. We're in the Toy Story world, and last time we played, the audio was lagging something fierce by the end of the stream. I think I have fixed that issue with a workaround, but who frickin' knows? Okie dokie. I remember really liking the battle music. Holy crap, it's only been 3 weeks since I played this, but it feels like so much longer. I don't even remember that wall running is in this game. Wall running is this game. I guess it's hard for my capture card not to send a signal to my PC when it's an internal component. That makes sense. Also, that's cool. An internal capture card. I don't think I've heard of that. Yeah, I remember really liking the battle music here. Ouch. So stupid. What the hell? How's my PC stream so many seconds behind the television stream? I don't know. Why are you watching me on 2 devices? That's weird. Make them fly. Is anyone even here? Nope, they're gone. They're all dead. Leaf. 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 Put it at 1.5 speed? Wait, doesn't that just make me talk like a chipmunk? Is that really what you want? You want me talking like this the whole stream? Just really, really fast? I can't talk that fast. My thoughts don't come that quickly. I can't remember if there's like an aerial recover in this game or not. I feel like there isn't, but who knows. Good old Yoko Shimamura. Want to watch you on 1 device, and then I have the chat as a pop-out window on the laptop. Oh! Gotcha. A quick cheat for 2 monitors, I suppose. Once it catches up with, you know, the present time, it goes back to normal speed automatically. Huh. Interesting. Huh. I'll keep that in mind. How has everyone's week been? I can only associate this world with Woody saying, "This town ain't big enough," every fight. Yeah, there's no aerial recovery so far as I've unlocked. Oh, but there is this that I keep forgetting to use. Did he say gimme? That was odd. Anyway.
Hey, Sora,
Going.
I think the trampoline will take us back to Andy's room.
There it is. This town ain't big enough. Thank God Goofy's here to tell me that trampolines make you go up. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Kingdom Hearts 3 was the first game to have launch pads or trampolines of any kind. Hi, Pedro! My home net was so bad I couldn't manage 720p and chat was not showing at all. I had to switch to data. Jeez. I don't think I've ever hit that. I think I only stream in 720p though, because my graphics card is old. It's not even bad necessarily, it's just old. It needs to Witaio. I said last stream that I was gonna set up a GoFundMe for a new PC, but then I felt bad. Like, I can't bring myself to do it. It feels strange. Especially when I have so many other, like, more pressing costs in my life, it just feels weird. Is that a good reason not to do it? Probably not. Okay, I should actually go somewhere. I'm pretty sure I have to go behind me, but, you know, you gotta explore. Splurge for the Elgato Force 4K Pro. Oh, never heard of that. I'm not a tech head. Let's see. I can only tell the difference between 720 and 1080 if I look at them side by side. How's everybody doing? I think I pronounced your name Angel, but then I was confused by something I saw at the end. Is it Angelin? Is it? How do I say your name? I've just been saying Angel. I've been enjoying some intense feels between yesterday, Fontaine Archon Quest, and today reading a pretty cool web novel and screaming about it with a friend. I've heard that the Fontaine Archon Quest is pretty freaking good. Well, I was wrong. I was not supposed to go in the opposite direction. Hooray! The after effects of the Baruch vid. I had so much fun making that video. If you guys haven't seen it, hop over to my other channel, or click the link in the description. I've got a new video. Not right now, though. Stay here. Keep me company. Do what you want. Angeline or Angeline. I like Angeline. That's really pretty.
I'm so honored you remember me.
I'm pretty sure you're a dude, but it can still be pretty. Angel? Okay, I'll just stick with Angel. I can confirm it was pretty freaking good. It was the first time that Genshin ever made me outright cry. Ooh! Nice! Pretty dude is my goal. Excellent.
See how they bring him to life?
Oh yeah, I should be paying attention to this, huh? Look at that lip gloss! Let's go, Xehanort!
Why are you doing this?
There's a darkness we are missing and must reclaim. The way hearts connect in this world can provide us with a clue. So we made a copy of the world, and then pulled those hearts apart. I wonder.
What is Buzz's face?
Wait, what does that mean?
Don't let me down.
Okay. You got it, Daddy.
Oh, no.
Just got the web receipt.
Woody, what is going on?
Why would Woody know?
Toy a friend or foe?
I think we've got our answer.
Is Buzz okay? Seriously, is Buzz okay?
Hell, if the Heartless
Young Xehanort basically rehashing Kingdom Hearts 3D, which I did not finish, so I probably should have been paying attention. And saying the split world thing happened in Toy Box with toys on one side and people on the other side, except this time there's no portals. Okay. This reminds me of Giant Clank missions from Ratchet and Clank. Oh, except not at all. While aboard the Gigas, use left stick to move around. This is a weird remix. Right, R2 fire. I know how HP gauges work. Energy gauge holds 0. Hold circle to activate the Gigas booster, depleting this gauge but keeping you aloft. Okay. Okay. Oh, I should actually shoot. Danger dash! What you? What's the difference between... Oh, never mind. Oh, and I can punch. Punchy. Not a very good melee, is it? Is this toy friend or foe? I think we've got our answer. Beautiful. Beautiful, just beautiful. Boop, boop, chatty, boop, boop, chatty. Wait, why? I know those lyrics, Elena. Why do I know those lyrics? What is that? No, actually, no, I don't think I do know those lyrics. Never mind. All those mecha toys are from Verum Rex, like Yozora? Oh, probably, yeah. I think so. That would make sense, since that's what they were playing at the beginning. Is this one gonna move ever? No? Is that not even alive? Am I just shooting an empty shell? Is that something I can board? I have a lot of questions. Oh yeah, it's just... I think I can maybe board that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know! Why are you asking me? I don't know. Oh, I see. When you finish the, when you beat them, they just go into a pilotable mode. That makes sense. I mean, it kind of doesn't, but it kind of does. No, it does, because like the Heartless inside them is gone or whatever. Assuming Heartless can pilot mechs. Clearly a friend. Love is War's first opening. Got it. I only heard that a couple times. It's a very good show. But like most things that are very good, I haven't finished it. Also, to answer an earlier question, aerial recovery is in Kingdom Hearts 3, it just comes really late. Okay. Dev said they wanted to focus on air stepping and flow motion. Well, then I should remember to use those. If you destroy these toys, is that considered murder? Nah. They're plastic. And also heartless, so there's that.
He was being controlled?
That mech looks floaty as fuck. It looks like you're gliding off the floor. It does. Hey, you made me curse. I never curse in my streams.
It's nothing.
In the context of pretty dude, which pronouns do you prefer?
Did he
It's a fair
say
ask,
he made
yeah.
a copy of the real world?
Today I finished an illustration of a mecha piloted by a penguin.
Split this
Please
world
feel
into
free to
two.
put that in the Discord.
Your friends in one world,
I read Love of
us in
War's
the other.
manga for quite a while, but I'm really not good at keeping up with weekly manga. Fair.
You can't be serious. Oh, that's right. You're from a video game. Well, maybe in your game, that's how things work. But here in reality, you can't split worlds. This is ridiculous.
Hey,
Why is he talking so slow and
I admit, It does
emotionlessly?
sound just a little far-fetched. But say we have been taken to some kind of alternate world.
I'll say it.
That would explain why your laser's real. And is it really that crazy? Worse than evil emperors and protecting the galaxy? Any of that ring a bell?
Point taken. But that just means these strangers are part of the delusion. And I say it's time we parted ways and went home.
Thought we were friends, not strangers.
look, I get that it seems weird.
How am I still being surprised regularly by how bad this game is?
Sora's right.
Toy Box gets so close to being meta humor. Yeah, it really does.
They have been there
Weekly
for
manga's
so
too much
far.
commitment. Yeah.
You can't deny
Wait
that.
for me, made Jonathan swear this time. If I remember correctly, it was like 19 minutes into a 30-minute word.
Am I right?
Tell it to that toy over there.
That sounds right.
Sheriff, sir!
New goal. Each of us need to make Jonathan curse at least once. Oh no. Well, if I know it's coming, I'm not going to be as susceptible to it. In theory.
Sir? And Ham and the aliens are MIA.
Come on. We have got to find them.
Definitely never curses during streams. Yeah. Elena's here pretty often, so if anyone knows, it's her.
Do you really think we can save our friends on our own? We didn't get very far before. We gotta take all the help we can get.
Don't worry. Sora can be reckless, and Donald grumbles a lot.
It's true.
But you can trust him.
I suspect you do.
It's true.
Huh? He does?
See, they don't seem bad. Am I right, Buzz?
Okay, fine. We do need the extra help. But just so
It's
we're clear,
it's too early
remain
in the stream for me to already just be like staring at the
Work with
screen
each other to find our
dumbfounded.
friends.
This is just so bizarre.
Hey.
Thanks for the help.
You're welcome.
Donald. Goofy.
How humans talk.
We'll return to the field, sir.
I thought we were friends, not strangers. I'm gonna say something.
This ascent.
That metal threshold on the floor?
Too bad we're not.
Looks really
strapped to
freaking
a
good.
rock, huh?
Hey.
That's, well, not from this angle, but from above,
Oh,
it looked really freaking good.
it's perfect. Come on, guys.
Just turn your brain off and enjoy the convoluted ride. Hey, there's a convoluted ride up there.
Say, this looks like a way in.
Good job, Goofy. Good looking.
Yeah.
You've got a stranger in me.
Oh.
Oh, that's... Don't worry about it. Never speak of this again.
3 rails.
Good counting.
And each one leads somewhere different.
Good knowing. I can't believe there are 3 things and they're different. That's too much for me, boys and girls. I could lay a subtle trap and gently ask, hey, Mr. Bruges, could you read to a... Means happy birthday, Mom, I love you. Well, it's certainly about mothers. That much is certain. What the hell was that? I'll worry about it after stream. Considering the 2017 reboot is over, I would have liked them to drop into a Duckburg world. That would have been fun. Donald with a normal voice a la Don Cheadle would have been great. I would love to get off of Mr. Nomura's wild ride, but unfortunately I got infested with the mobile game and now can never leave until the plot is fully resolved. Oh no! Angel, even when the plot is fully resolved, it's still not going to be fully resolved. Also, I feel like it might end up being like a George R.R. Martin situation, where they just keep saying like, oh no, there's gonna be more until Nomura dies. I arrived at the exact time to hear Jonathan sing a line I can't unhear. I'm so sorry. I've been... I've done a bad. Oh, shoot. Wow, I'm, not having the best time, huh? I should be using magic more, probably. Actually, it doesn't matter. I missed! Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter. Because it's just... Who needs interactive gameplay when you can press X repeatedly, am I right? It'll be a cold day in hell before... before I swear, yeah. You right. You so right. Remember to swap to live chat! I like to imagine it'll be like Hayao Miyazaki failing to retire for a 5th, 6th time. I did see an article that actually worded it that way in the headline, and I thought that was genius. It was like Hayao Miyazaki fails to retire for a 4th time. No one's worse at retirement than Hayao Miyazaki. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that, but sure, yeah, we can kill it this way. Why not? Aha! 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 Rocket Ruckus! Woohoo! I probably should have, like, piloted one of the... Oh, wait, no, that was the only mech in the battle, so... Yeah, oh, okay, never mind. Never mind, never mind, never mind. I'm surprised that my last message even came through. I feel like YouTube hasn't been filtering for language so much as it's been filtering for, how do I... Is there, like, something special interactable I can do with that? Can I, like, jump up on top of it? Or is it just like, hey, you can be here if you want? Helium. Yeah. Excellent. Oh, I was hoping there would be special voice lines.
Of course, so do I. What? Well, this is rather embarrassing. Who said that?
Oh my god.
Get a load of me, Buzz. I sound like an alien. So do I. Hi.
That was actually really enjoyable. A little bit. It went on a little long, but wow, what a button. That's a great button. A+ comedy. I'm not that fluent in Italian. Oh my god. Yes, it was a trick. She did convince me to play Italian Wordle, it's true. I didn't do the Italian. That's not going to be a normal thing, you guys. I'm not going to regularly do Italian Wordle. It was because that was the only thing I had available at that moment. I don't know Italian. I know like 3 Italian words. Yeah, Pedro, it was at the beginning of the last stream. Not the very beginning, but I don't know, 20 minutes into the last stream? Osamu Tezuka is probably up there with Miyazaki with that workaholic attitude. When he died in '89, his last words to his nurse were, "Please let me work." Jesus! Can't tell if that's like, ha, yeah, passion, do what you love, or work culture is toxic and literally killing people. It's one of the two. Porque no los dos. Pizza pasta e mandolino? I know that's bad language, Elena. Why did you make me say that on stream? Oh my goodness, that's such bad language. Oh, you never saw the voice line interaction? That too! It's time to be on a boat, sort of. Not really. I do like how the water works with this one. It's cool. I must admit that. Credit where credit is due. Hey, there's a trampoline! Do you think this one will take us up to Andy's house? Aw, it didn't do it. See, that's inconsistent game design. Goofy told me that trampolines in this world take me to Andy's house, and that one didn't. It's just, it's irresponsible, you know? To make the player think that something's gonna work one way. Now I have to relearn what trampolines do. I need to be told what trampolines do. Ow. I don't know what that did. I don't... This is not great. Ow. Can I be a person again, please? Nope. For once, it's not. I'm joking. Yes, Lily is actually, for real, Sailor Venus in real life. Could teach you a nice Spanish... couple of nice Spanish words. Dora the Explorer style. I know a handful of Spanish words. I took it for 3 years in high school, but that was a very long time ago, and I haven't practiced it, so I lost most of it. I can still conjugate some verbs to the present tense. Impressive, I know. They do exactly what they were designed for, no more, no less. I hope it's clear that I'm just continuing to whine about how Goofy had to explain trampolines earlier. I am not actually confused by how trampolines work in this game, which is the point. Sailor Venus was always my favorite, so I suppose that works. Well, that makes sense, given your profile picture choice.
3 rails.
And they all lead somewhere different! It's crazy. I can't believe they all lead somewhere different. Wow, 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 wow.
Nice.
This is another map. Okay, good. I don't know what this is, but... Oh, that's right! There are the minigames, Game & Watch. Forgot about that. Let's play a minigame. Gummy phone. Bum 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 bum. Only Spanish word I remember off the top of my head is conquistador, which is probably spelled differently. I think that's how you spell it. Fighting bad guys all the time, it's a hard knock life. Thank you for your service. Tezuka is the godfather of manga, actually pioneered that workaholic work ethic that's expected of mangaka. Well, I mean, you can't pretend that the workaholic work ethic is like specific to artists in Japan. Like that is a pervasive problem in Japan. And it's probably older than serialized manga. Favorite was Mercury, but Venus and Mercury are destined for great friendship. Yeah, friendship. That's the word. Hey everyone, today we'll be learning how to say— Stop! No! Pedro. For the record, that's the first word that came to my mind too. I was like, Spanish words you shouldn't say. It's so much fun to say though. It's got a great ring to it. Kill everything everywhere all at once stuff. Good food. So you do know another word in Revenant. Deceiver. Handy counterpart in Italian for the extended and elegant piñata. I'm just kidding. Because everything that extends is always elegant. Thought about changing my profile picture on YouTube in the past, but Sailor 5 is iconic. I did one time mistakenly call Lily Sailor 5 because I read the V as a Roman numeral. So Venus is the fifth one, which makes sense because Venus is the fifth planet from the sun. That's a rock fact. In the Philippines, puto is delicacy and it's tasty. Es un mentirosa? I actually can understand that, Angel. The worst, I mean, nicest word I know. You don't have to. Yeah, tons of cognates. Between... Oh, are you talking about Tagalog? It applies to English as well, but I imagine it's also true in Tagalog. You can move a single square at a time, but cannot pass through rocks, just like in real life. Animals, just like in real life. Or squares, just like not in real life. Oh, where the grass has already been cut, very not like real life. Okay, so you're... Oh, okay, so it's a puzzle game. Okay, I got this. Easy. I did it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hmm. 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 There we go. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Oh, Angel just said, you're a liar, say it ain't so, that kind of thing. Not with the weird grammar, though. It was proper grammar. Oops, it's almost like Romance languages have similar linguistic roots. No. No. Oh, I actually said... I can't believe I translated it exactly the way you meant it. That makes me feel okay. Biasa and Cebuano. I've never heard of those languages, actually. Really formal, yeah. Se dice no es la verdad. Holy moly, my Spanish accent has a lot of recovery to do. Se dice no es la verdad. 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 Se dice no es la verdad. You know how many takes I had to do to get the Chinese names right for the composers in Honkai Star Rail? My Chinese pronunciation is like 20 years old. There we go. Good to hear that you feel okay. Also, I know that I didn't even, like, technically do it in... What? What? Okay. Wait. Do I unmo... Oh, no, I see. I can undo, but I can't. Oh, that's good to know that I can undo. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, but, like, bobbing your head. What was I saying? Oh, right. Like, I didn't try for the proper intonations or anything with the names, because, you know, it's like... You have to straddle the line to a degree. Because it's like, I want to say the names approximately correctly, but I don't want to say them exactly correctly, because then it's jarring to the ear to, like, fully go from, like, full English pronunciation to full Chinese pronunciation. Like, it's jarring. Like, one time I used the word tsundere in conversation, and, like, somebody got on my case for, like, not pronouncing it exactly correctly, and I'm like, I promise I know more Japanese than you. I'm just not as pretentious as you are. Leave me alone. Tagalog is the national language and taught in schools, but those two are spoken in the middle and southern regions. We share those words because of 333 years of Spanish rule. That's longer than the United States has been a thing. Yeah, Spain really did the Philippines kind of dirty. What? Oh no, problematic politics from Europe. Who would have guessed? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I've ruined everything, and must repent for my sins. I fixed them. My sins are gone. You're welcome, world. Never heard of problematic politics of Europe. Yeah, I know, right? Everything is always good all the time there. And everywhere they've been. Shit. I mean, darn. Dang it. Mickey Cuts Up is a very bad title, by the way. Oh, I'm timed. I just realized I'm timed. Probably should have known that I was timed. Is this for the stage, or is it for, like, the whole game? Because I haven't looked at that before. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold that thought. Hang on a sec. That. Heyo. Okay, no, it's per stage. Okay, that's good. Uh-oh. No, I got this. First try. Hold on. Oh, wait. You can still see the screen when you pause. So the time limit doesn't actually do anything. Okay. Since my ex knew a little Spanish, she taught me puta with... Oh, god damn it, I said it! I'm not supposed to actually say that! It's insensitive. Because of the irreverent nature of the word, I taught her a phrase in German, which I'm not going to say out loud, partly because I don't know how. So that when we were a new couple, we could sort of show off the phrases we taught each other and watch people's faces. Europe, don't know her. I think I mentioned our national hero was a polyglot. He knew 27 languages? How? How? Like, oh my god, that... He must have had, like, genuinely an exceptional brain. I feel like most brains don't have the hardware necessary to know 27 languages. Jeez, that's a lot of languages. That's a lot of languages. Reminds me of that post, it's easy to think of Italy as nothing more than spaghetti and Parmesan cheese, but quick look at their history reveals they invented fascism. I saw something recently that was like, we really let Italy slide for Mussolini because of the pasta. What would I do without pasta? Was that enough to make a living off of it for him? It's a good question. Can't even fathom how difficult it must have been to learn all those languages. I know. Seriously. Truly. The joke was made. I don't know any German at all. Hello, Fleta. How you doing? Must be so cool to grasp so many languages. I've found even just from studying a couple languages that it really changes even like my own perception of English. I really recommend everybody give an honest shot at learning at least one other language, just because I really do think it changes how you think about language in general. If you approach it from that angle, like when I learned Spanish in high school, you know, I was a kid. I wasn't thinking about anything that I wasn't assigned to think about. But as an adult looking at languages, it's made me like question and examine more things that I take for granted about English. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. This isn't in other languages, or that is in other languages, and that's also interesting. I don't know. It's just, language is very cool to me because it's like, it's sort of a cultural unifier because all humans use language. which means that even though every language was made independently of one another, or at least like branched off from each other from the same roots, it's like the drive to make language and the purpose of language is universal. And so I think it's really cool to compare and contrast different languages and see what constructs really are just constructs and arbitrary, and how many of them are like, wow, every language does this. Interesting. Like, I'm pretty sure every language ever made has a verb and a noun. Pretty sure that's universal. Those are important kinds of words. Anywho. He was executed for calling independence from Spain. Gotta stop thinking about that before I get angrier. He has 2 novels, Noli Me Tangere. I don't know how to. I don't have any idea how to pronounce Tagalog. I'm sorry. Mandatory reads in school too. Well, I'm glad he has a legacy at least. I mean, you did say he's the national hero, so that's a bit of a legacy. I have heard of people knowing up to 7 languages, but 27 seems insane in the best way, for real. To be honest, Jonathan, I am extremely annoyed, I won't lie. I woke up from a nap, looked left, right, and said, where's my millions? Did you have a really cool dream that turned out to make reality disappointing? I apologize, but welcome to being a person. That wasn't meant to be a comment on disappointment, but here we are. Reject polyglottism. Embrace your mother tongue. Buonasera a tutti. Yeah, just never learn any languages. Nothing good ever comes from that. Are you actually leaving? No. No, he was a native. Jose Rizal. His full name is hella long, though. Since I've been doing choir so long, I can almost immediately tell when a word I'm struggling with has a root in Romantic, French, German, Greek languages, and I can just go looking for its meaning. At first, I thought you meant phonetically, just from, like, I know that a lot of times having a musical ear makes people better at language and rhythm-based tasks, but I think you actually just mean because you have sung in all of those languages. Jokes aside, I love being fluent in a language that's not my native one. Yeah! I would love to get there. I think learning a language, especially distant from you, grammatically speaking, helps you understand how different people express themselves and similar concepts. Yeah, I think that may probably be, like, aside from the age thing, I think that's probably why I've experienced this so much more looking at Japanese than looking at Spanish, because Spanish and English have so much in common. Like, obviously, the words are different, but the sentence structure is almost the same. The grammar is vastly different, but in terms of, like, verb conjugations, not in terms of word order or word function. Those titles were in Latin. Okay. My apologies to everybody in the Philippines. I don't know anything about anything, including Latin. Correct me if I'm... Wait, where was I in the chat? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Austronesian is totally separate from Proto-Indo-European in the language tree, yeah? Well, I don't know. Imagine if you learn one language of a particular region, it makes it easier to learn other similar languages. I think that's true. Maybe that's how he was able to learn so many in his lifetime. I'm sure that many of those 27 had to be very closely related. Otherwise, I just don't see how it would be possible, yeah. But even still, like, that doesn't detract from the accomplishment at all. Surprisingly, never picked up my native language growing. I only know English and some Spanish from school. Gotta go to rehearsal. Bye, Pedro. Thanks for coming. This time of year, musicians get a bunch of Christmassy gigs, so this next month is gonna be crazy. That's awesome. I hope you do not get tired of playing the same 20 songs on repeat every year. I would. The list of languages that I have performed in, and by extension did a bit of linguistic study in, is up to like 50? Wow. I did not know there were that many languages that, like, had lyrics in global distribution. It is a lot, yeah. Also Latin, well, yeah, I would expect that if you've sung in 50 languages, Latin is among them. Learned Spanish in middle school, but I'm sorry to say it wasn't really mind-opening. Yeah, that makes sense, because Spanish is even closer to Italian than to English. It was basic Italian, basically Italian with fancier pronunciations. I've sung so much ecclesiastical Latin, it's not even fun. I don't even know what that means. I'm guessing church Latin, because that's what... Anyway. Like the stream! Yeah, like the stream. Would love to throw myself into something distant. I hope you mean metaphorically. I felt the Christmas gigs. Yeah. Singing Only You at 6 different events. First of all, congrats on 6 different events. You are gonna be busy. It's funny because YouTube dies around Christmas time. Because everybody's like with their families and doing things in real life. So I don't have much coming up at all. The TV and film industry also dies in December. I'm not sure why, actually. Maybe just because the rich people at the top want a vacation? I'm not sure. Maybe it's a leftover from back when production seasons were a thing. Which was not very long ago, but it is the past. Spanish and Italian are Romance languages. English is Germanic as much as it is a Frankenstein language. Yeah, it's primarily Germanic. My friend taught me once that the reason that English animal names are Germanic, but meat names are Romantic is because, like, when animals are animals, they're seen as, like, harsh and crude and, like, dirty, and apparently that's more Germanic than Romantic, but then they wanted, like, the very fancy, like, French-sounding words for food, so we have, like, venison, and then deer. I think that's interesting. Fun fact, there are 2 debated pronunciations of Latin, classic and ecclesiastic. Oh, that's cool. I knew that the pronunciation wasn't 100% known, since, you know, everyone's dead, but I wasn't sure how detailed it was or how complete it was. I didn't know there were just 2 camps. That's actually quite organized, all things considered. Funnily enough, the stage industry kind of explodes because of pantos. Does that stand for pantomime? I don't know what that means, actually. The word venison confused me so much in Nier Replicant. Yeah, you gotta get all that venison. Everybody takes a break during the holidays if they can, for sure. That's probably why those industries fall off. That and award season starts around this time. That too, yeah. I think it's probably more to do with the production schedules than what the bigwigs want. Speaking of what the bigwigs want, contract for SAG-AFTRA in the works. Needs to be ratified by the members. We get to look at it soon. And I'm fucking nervous! I'm really concerned about what the contract says about AI, and I'm really concerned that AI was not mentioned much at all in the press release. I don't want to vote no, especially because I don't think it would mean anything, because I don't really have a lot of faith in most professional actors' ability to think, but, sorry, not sorry. But I'm vaguely hopeful. I will vote no if that's what I think is best. I want to future-proof the industry to a degree, you know? And it's not just, like, clinging onto the past. I feel like that's going to be a pretty common criticism moving forward, is just, like, why are we holding on to these jobs that don't need to be here anymore? And the answer is because they do need to be there, because AI is not actually human, and its output will always resemble that. You know, like, it's never going to... There will be times where it's going to be very close as the tech gets better. There are going to be times where it is better than what some humans come up with, because some humans are not very good at things. But you can't get transformative commentary from a machine that learned from a database. You can just sort of repeat what people already want. And that's not art, you know? And art's important, even though producers don't think so. Some producers genuinely care about art, and that's why they got into the business, but most of them are just like, I want money. People pay monies for movies. I'll do movies. And then they do movies. I died! But I got to stage 11. That's pretty good. Do I get a prize? Hello? I don't want to start all over. What the hell? I already did this one. Well, that's considered a win, so I won. Much further than in that. Anyway. Drink some water! I've been drinking. This cup was full when I started stream. Why water when tea? Tea is good too. Today I learned alternative meaning, celestial, from Celestial Empire, a colloquialism for the Chinese Empire, Empire of China, Imperial China. Hey, TIL too. I've never heard of celestial as a noun, and I would have expected it to, you know, refer to a celestial body. So that's interesting. Actually, it was a class thing. The upper class were French and used fancy words that became venison, pork, mutton, poultry, while lower classes used words like deer, pig, sheep, and chicken. Oh, of course it was a class thing. Why did I ever think anything different? It's always a class thing. Ted has a great old video series on language. Nice, I'll probably have to check that out. I think language is very cool. Pop-out chat isn't showing all messages. My pop-out chat wasn't even working at the beginning. I don't know why. I should make these exclamation marks go away. You and me, boy. Wait, who's Dylan? Oh, okay. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. That's confusing that the green army men and little green men are different entirely. Completely different things. Like, I get it, but it's just funny. I never thought of that similarity in the names. No voice lines and I'm so mad? Jeez. Not at all, huh? Oh. I'm trying to think whose alias is? Nobody? I'm like throwing an X in there and mixing stuff up in my head, but I can't think of which one that is. Is that the one with the orange wavy hair? Lexis, yeah. Lexius, luxurious, lobotomy. He'll probably be fine. He's Sora. Oh no! Oh no! But he's fine. Told you. Who needs to fight when you can be a pirate ship? Fun fact, an Italian singer, Adriano Celentano, wrote a song in 1972 that's entirely in gibberish, but it's supposed to sound like what English sounds like to a non-English speaker. That's very cool. I will look that up, because I love stuff like that. Have you guys seen... If English is your second language, then it's probably not as mind-blowing, but there is a short film, it's on YouTube, it's called Squirrel, but it's like SQRL, and it is written to sound... I think it's like produced and performed by native English speakers, but it was designed to sound like English without being English, and it's really interesting. I don't think it's perfect because they use the suffix ation a lot. Like, it's a common suffix in English, but I don't know. I probably use it, I don't know. I haven't measured it, but I would guess, like, if I'm speaking constantly, 5 times an hour tops? And it comes up like 5 times in 5 minutes.
You sure you saw him?
Yes.
Lobotomy? Lobotomy you! It's incredibly accurate and catchy. Nice. It's called Prison Colonist. Yeah, please link in the Discord, because I'm not going to remember that.
Something feels wrong.
Human form of Zaldin. Damn, Kingdom Hearts is stretching the meaning of the word form so much more desperate than Dragon Ball Z. At least Saiyan forms have different hair and cool aura. Yeah, somebodies and nobodies look exactly the same unless the plot introduces you to the somebody first. That is consistent throughout the series. I don't...
Should have stayed away from my friends.
I think it technically has justification in the lore. But that to me less means that it's like actually... I don't think that means it's a coincidence. I think that means that all of the characters that are important enough to show up before their nobodies do have such complicated lore that some bullshit is made up about them. Because, like, Roxas looks like Roxas because he looks like Ventus, even though they retconned that, because in Kingdom Hearts 2, nobody shuts up about how much Sora looks like Roxas, even though at the end of the day, he looks completely different by nobody's standards, and everybody just drops that and pretends no one ever said it. And then Naminé looks like Naminé, because, I don't know, Kairi's weird. Xemnas is special, because he just is. And I think that's it. I think everybody else we meet as a nobody first. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to do Rocket Ruckus. Oh no. Immediately got Donald Meteor instead. The problem is that... The problem is that it's not that the combat system didn't have enough love or, like substance put into it. It's that the substance doesn't add up to anything. It's not focused on anything, it's just a million different things. Like, that's interesting, Angel, that you say that they wanted to focus on air stepping, so they withheld aerial recovery. Because they, like, that didn't stop them from bloating the rest of the combat system with redundant things. Literally the same guy with different clothes, yeah. There's a song called Kukalikan that is so fun to sing. Oh, cool.
What do you mean?
I see that in my feed at least once a month. Still fascinating. Oh, wow.
Oh, great.
Oh, great! Just waiting for the day when Nomura starts giving people Super Saiyan auras to all the different Soras. Sora aura! A meager apology tests a woman's fortitude to forgive in this expertly deadpan comedy that wittily articulates the oft selfish objectives that belie performative remorse.
Anything more specific we can go on?
Yes, that is
I heard music with some sort of static
an interesting take on it. It's not, I don't disagree with it, I just never thought of it as anything but a language exercise. I never actually thought about the implications of the story itself. But yeah, I agree with that analysis, I just wouldn't lead with that in describing the film, I guess. Anyone notice how Sora and Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 2 look totally different? Now they look exactly the same. And that actually goes... That goes opposite of what the lore says. Because at first, the lore was that Roxas looks different because he's not Sora. But then they were like, wait, no, Roxas looks different because he's Ventus. And you may be asking, why did Ventus's heart go to Sora? I am also asking that. I think the idea is because the nobodies that take human form are possessed of a strong will that shape the body after the heart has been removed, and that when they're recompleted, it's just like filling a mold that was already there. That's the vibe I get too. It wouldn't confuse me at all, except that there's precedent for them not looking like they're somebodies. Because in terms of the lore, that would make the most sense. If a nobody is a body with no heart, it shouldn't transform. But in Sora's case, and Kairi's case, and Xehanort's case, it does. Because... Tetsuya Nomura. Roxas looks like Ventus because of pre-Kingdom Hearts BS shenanigans in the same way that Vanitas looks like Sora because of the same shenanigans. Yeah, I know, but the shenanigans don't actually make sense. It's like every explanation in Kingdom Hearts has a worse explanation behind it. One does wonder why Ventus went to Sora's heart specifically twice. Hey, Chinese takeout! I love getting chocolate in my Chinese takeout. I sure should go to a place. I don't know what place that is. No, I don't want to fight you. I already did the fight you. Looking intently at my water mug as if it will fill itself up if I stare long enough. I have no idea what you mean. I've never done anything so ludicrous in my life today. I'm going in circles. But I don't actually know where I'm supposed to go. So that's the best I got. Here we go! Hey, it's XP, right? That's how I feel about getting lost in RPGs. It's just accidental grinding. And grinding's never a bad thing. Unless you're, like, forced to do it, because the game's too hard otherwise, and then it stops being fun. But modern games don't really have that problem anymore, which is good. Stop. Forgot I was in the middle of that. Stand up, fill it up, and bottoms up. Drink it and get hydrated. Guess I'll just stay here then. It can't be helped. No, fill your water cup. It's not hard. I procrastinate stuff like that too, though. I even procrastinate going to the bathroom. That's probably an indicator of my mental health. Guys, did you know that on Friday, I spent every waking hour working on that last video? Uh-oh.
No way.
Every single one. I even forgot to eat some meals. I forgot so completely that I don't even know if it was one or two. I just worked on the video. But it worked. It only took me like... It was something like 6 a.m. to 1 a.m., but I finished it. That is also an indicator of my mental health. Shenanigans being Xehanort trying to separate light and darkness from a single individual to recreate the inciting conflict of the Keyblade War. First time it's explained that Sora was literally just born the first time Ventus needed his heart repaired because of Xehanort shenanigans, but in that case any random newborn could have fit. Yep, Sora was the only person born in that entire moment, and he also was already kind and sentient. And nobody else in all of the worlds combined was born in that instant. It's true. Helena, have you considered just being someone's personal coach? Just yelling at people to do things? Specifically getting water, though. You know, these shrink-wrapped boxes look an awful lot like board games. Now I want to buy some more board games. I don't even, like, play them very often. I made a rule for myself a while back that I'm only allowed to buy board games that can be played solo. Because I'm just not a social enough person to, you know, just stand up in the middle of the day and be like, hey, who wants to play a board game? So I have to buy solo board games or else they will rarely leave the shelf. You see? I'll also buy something that's only multiplayer if I feel like I can easily or possibly play multiple roles simultaneously. That only works with certain games, though. Like, obviously you can't do any games with hidden information that way. Wham, 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 wham. Sora because he was baby and also not corrupted. Yeah. Sure. Jonathan, that's not great. I agree. I'm gonna talk about it with my therapist tomorrow. Yeah, I agree. It's not great. Like, to a degree, it's kind of empowering just to know that I have the capacity to do that, but in the larger scheme of things, I shouldn't have done it. You are correct. It was not healthy. It was a bad choice. It would have been fine if the video came out a day later, or 2. But I wanted to do it then! Tezuka and Miyazaki, bless you for your hard work. Haley Joel Osment's voice performance in battle is pretty alright, but dialogue in general is atrociously underwhelming. Yeah. And that's a bummer too, because like I really like Haley Joel Osment. I think he has done well to like transition from child actor to adult actor. I think he's actually quite good. But there's only so much you can do with Sora. He's not the deepest character in fiction. Years ago, I told somebody it's just too hard to get up today, and she responded, picture a NASA rocket launch. Some minutes later, I responded with, how? Why did that work? I don't think that would work for me, but it's a good tip. I guess it's hard to be immobilized in bed when you imagine something withstanding the force of Earth's gravitational pull and the burning qualities of its atmosphere at the same time. And because Nomura said so. That's a good reason, yeah. Hey, a save point. Nice, been playing an hour and all I've accomplished is moving to a different map. That's literally all I've done. Oh. Oh. Avoid the rolling berries. Okay. This is happening now, apparently. Is this kind of like Katamari? Like I have to be a certain size before I can do certain things? Maybe? I don't know, but it's kind of fun. Ah. I don't know why this is happening. It doesn't feel like something I have to do to progress the main plot. But I'll do it. And it is fun. I'm just confused is all you see. Mom. Good thing you don't actually have to balance, because that would not be fun, in fact. That would, in fact, be less than fun. I feel like I'm just re-picking up the ones that I knock off. I'm not actually making any progress. Yay! I struggle to feel Sora's motivation to play that minigame. Suddenly minigames! Yeah, for real. You're welcome. Some Heartless are nice. Apparently. I always liked how the white truffles, white mushrooms, I think they're called just white mushrooms, in Kingdom Hearts 1, I liked how they worked, they were fun. This feels like the same concept, like grown up a little bit, and I like it. I think that's good. You never know with Jonathan, what's he gonna say next about Kingdom Hearts? Something nice or something just like a knife? Bioroxus would disagree that Sora has plenty of depth. What is Bioroxus? Like as opposed to Dataroxus? Sora's depth is kind of subtle. On a surface level, it's easy to miss the more complex aspects of his character simply because he's so positive all the time, but there are some cracks in that persona. A few here and there, yeah. He has his doubts every once in a while. Given the occasion, I'd hit meal skippers with handfuls of spaghetti, then proceed to teach you guys how to make some good fucking pasta. Pasta is a very easy way to cure hunger. I've been hesitating whether to say this, Elena, but I shall. I'm sorry, I was raised breaking the pasta before you put it in the pot. That's what my mama told me. But I stopped immediately once you said not to do that. And I haven't gone back. So, you're welcome, Italy. I'm an international hero. Hi, Clint. You never know what I'm gonna say. Either something nice or something knife, sir. Don't make me make another shirt. For those who don't know, Clint made a t-shirt out of something I said once. I've worn it on stream before. It says, "Who needs friends when I have all these victory points?" Which I apparently said during a game called Christmas Tree. I have no memory of this, but it's on it's on tape, it's on camera, so I said it. And Clint asked if he could make a shirt. And I said, sure. Not thinking he would. And then he did. And it's actually available for sale. And Clint, I will permit you... I don't think links work in YouTube chat, actually. But if they do, I will permit you to link that in the chat, because that's funny. I also don't know if they're sold out. I don't know what your inventory was like. Pasta, very fast, very filling, hospitalized me once. Oh! I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, Endless, how you doing? Heartless Flan is actually Xehanort's secret weakness. Heartless Flan. Forget the minimum score required for the how do you pronounce Orichalcum? Is it that? Or is it Orichalcum? I've never known. I've never known. Looks fun, but watching these minigames pop up out of nowhere so detached from the main story is so excessively vapid. I feel like that really well describes just the gameplay in this in general. Like, pieces of it are really fun. I actually think the flow motion in this game works exceptionally well. And I think it's even better than it was in Dream Drop Distance. However, the combat is so bloated and just overgrown that I keep forgetting I have it. I keep forgetting that flow motion is in the game, because there are like 10 other things that are completely disjointed and are all equally, like, they all just deal damage. All of it is just ways to deal damage, and there is no indicator whatsoever of how much damage is being done other than relatively how much health bar is depleted. Also, I don't know what their like resistances are per enemy type. Trying to figure out what I have and haven't read. I don't see why this effect takes hold, but I've seen a few videos of rocket launches, and when I pictured it, as if I was reminded of enough awe to forget how heavy my body is. That's crazy. I'm glad that works. And I marketed it. I think shirts made out of random quotes are funny as heck. We should start noting down funny quotes for future merch. I am totally open to merch. I just haven't figured out what I would do for merch. Like, I think it would be cool to have just like a poster of just the like the note colors that I use. You know, like something understated, but it's actually got a practical use, and it won't mean anything to... It'll just be a reference to people who don't know the channel, but like it'll be immediately recognizable to people who do. But that's only one item. That's not enough for a store. You said sure. Short. That's a good one. I've always said oracle. Oracle? Or I still don't know if that's auricalcum or orichalcum. Because they could both be spelled that way. That's probably not exactly the psychological thing going on, but for my restricted ability to perceive, maybe also like my mind latched onto the rocket, feeling as if it was pulling me up. That was the more direct thing that I thought of. What do I do? I'm not even gonna fight right now. I just want to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Because, you know, grinding is not as effective if you keep dying, like I have been doing so far. Wait a second. That's on me. I didn't realize that the red and blue ones went to different floors. Might be on the blue floor. Lack of moderation, that is a cruel fate. Personally, I disable every flow motion ability except for Super Slide and Super Jump. Fair. I think you have to pick and choose with this game what elements you're going to use and not use, to a degree. For damage, like, there's never enough damage. You can always just keep spamming damage abilities as they come, because there's always a new one available. But for mobility, yeah, I think, like, there's only so much you can do in any one moment. And whatever you do, you don't do the other things. mad teacups. Ore as in metal, yeah. Re as in return, Cal as in calcium, and at least some of the white stuff, I mean command. Yeah, calcium's white, I think. Actually, it's yellow, isn't it? Porque no los dos. The IPA is... I think... My IPA is not great, but I think that's Oracle Cum.
Thank you.
Which was the first thing I said. Hachi. And it is in moments such as these that I so desperately wish I could read IPA. It only takes like an afternoon. I haven't done it either, but it only takes like an afternoon. Especially if you already speak a language or read a language that uses Roman characters, which most of us do. Actually, probably all of us do. I request a Victorian ball gown with your face printed on it. That sounds awful. That sounds really bad. Rocket launches are awe-inspiring and distracting for sure, too, which helps for ADHD minds. Spamage Nomura 2017. What did he put out in 2017? I can't remember. Did Nomura put anything out in 2017? Calcium metal is a yellowish off-white. Both! I was right-ish. Can I? Oh, gotcha. It's some of that combat-proof glass that I've heard so much about. Not bulletproof, because it is also resistant to massive punch. Well, no, I'm not being fair. This is literally a toy. It can only punch so hard. You know, for legal reasons. Having fun? More or less. I'd probably be having more fun if I understood where I was supposed to go, but I have not been paying close enough attention to understand where I'm supposed to go. So in the meantime, I'm just shooting stuff. All those participating in chat, at least. That's true, yeah. Only takes an afternoon is what they said about... I don't know what that is. Hangul? Hangul? Yet to commit an afternoon to that either. Wow. Proceed through the vents above beasts and bugs. Okay. That's probably on me. Nothing of that name up here. Maybe it's way up at the top? I don't know, I don't remember. I felt like there wasn't anything up here, but I also wasn't looking for a vent. Oh. How did this happen? I would hate to be the disgruntled employee who has to do something about that. Also, what is the function, like... Now I'm being really picky. What is the function of this little door thing? In what circumstances other than level design where you need to remove a ball would that bar need to be used for anything? Loved your Honkai Star Rail vid. I'm glad. I really, really liked making it. It's the first time that I've made a video just cuz since Genshin Impact. Last August. It was just something I really wanted to do, and I'm really happy with how it came out, even though it took forever. Wow, wow, wow. That's how I sing. It's good, right? Where is this bugs and boopers? Is it on the red floor? Because that's the only place I haven't looked. I might require some help soon. If I don't find the vent on this floor, then I need help. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find it on this floor. Because it said beasts and bugs. Oh, rack, it's not a store. So I just have to look for every... It probably like showed where I have to go in a cutscene and I just didn't pay attention. But now I have to search every store for beasts and bugs. I bet it's in the action store, unless it's not. Dissidia. Oh, there. Maybe? Yeah? No. I thought I saw something that isn't there. Money! That's how cash registers work. Anywho. Your Hades video is criminally underrated. Thank you. Hangul is the Korean alphabet. Well, that one I do hear does not take very long. I imagine it takes longer than IPA, just because, you know, with IPA you can reference other languages that use that alphabet to have like a hint at where to go phonetically, but Korean doesn't look like any other language, so it's much harder there. Same with Japanese kana. Although, I guess Japanese kana takes about twice as long to learn as Korean, because there's two kinds. If you learn how to read katakana, which is the more angular Japanese text, you'll actually find that you can read and understand a lot of Japanese just from that, because katakana is often primarily used for loanwords, and almost all loanwords in Japanese come directly from English. So just by knowing katakana, you'll start seeing signs and logos and be like, oh, I can read that. That's just a Japanified version of pronouncing whatever. I think the one that has been the most iconic for me is the word for peanut butter in Japanese is pinatsubata. And I think that's beautiful. Whee! I cannot fly when the joystick actually is like up and down in those directions. I don't know how to do it. I am inept. Beasts and Bugs is that Action Plus store. Oh! Well, what do you know? Who would have thunk? Wow. I'm not doing well. Oh, beasts and bugs. Ah! There we go. That was easy. That was so easy to find. Look how easy to find that was. Yeah, thank you for your help. Gotta catch up. 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 Did I remember something? Did I hear something about Hangul? Oh my god. Could you hear that? That was nasty. I needed it. Been studying that for a while myself, though I've been slacking. Beast and Bug, no, read that. Keep the bar in place so you control when to drop it down the track you've been sliding on. I see. Got it. Bar stops the balls from rolling down the track until someone presses a button or puts a coin in or whatever. Oh, it's a toy. Got it. I thought it was an air duct. Got it. Now I understand. Also, before the Spanish colonized us, we used to have our own script called Bye-Bye-In. It almost looks like Japanese kana soaked in the ocean. I'll have to look that up. I love looking at different scripts. Speaking of which, I need to catch up on... Oh, my non-near vids. There's a few of them. Arubaito is a German loanword. Yes, and so is... Never mind. What makes Hangul easier, too, is that it only has a few more letters than the English alphabet, so it's less to remember as a whole. Got it. That's good. And when you get to the Wasei Eigo, and then you get to the Wasei Eigo, and it's over because it doesn't mean what it means in English. Wasei Eigo. I don't even know what is that from? What English word is that from? John's neck made the switch snap. Was it really? That's funny. So Hangul is basically drawings of how to shape your mouth. No way! Oh my god! Very cool. Yeah, obviously Korean, the language is more complex because, you know, there's vocabulary and grammar and syntax and all that. And idioms. But in terms of learning the script, yeah, that's not hard. Anybody can do that. You're doing amazing! I don't know what you're doing. My neck did that yesterday and I suddenly I was feeling hunger after 2 days of not being hungry. Hey friend, did you have like a cranial nerve pinched between your vertebra? Cause that's no bueno. Would not recommend. Actually did one time have a nerve pinched between vertebrae that was affecting my heart rate, and I went to like 2 or 3 doctors and they could not figure out what was wrong with me. And then just for the hell of it, my dad was like, why not go to the chiropractor? And the chiropractor fixed it immediately. That's not to say, look, chiropractic is very complex because there are a lot of people who believe that it can like cure all aspects of your body, and it cannot. That is a lie. Sometimes chiropractic is exactly what you need. Because bones should be in places. That's just the truth. I don't care who hears me say it. Bones should be in places.
We gotta slip through while the fan stopped.
Is that the fucking Star Wars sound effect? Like the sound TIE fighters make when they fire? Did I hear that right? Anywho. Originally started with some Korean 101 tutorials here on YouTube. Nice! Duolingo's good. I remember Duolingo, for the longest time, they were like, we're never gonna make a Japanese module. Why would we make a Japanese module? There's no, like, the most of the demand for that is coming from English speakers, and Duolingo's system is not built in a way that will help English speakers learn Japanese. And people kept whining about it until they finally did it, and everyone was like, wow, this isn't very good. Don't get me wrong, it'll get you talking for like a short vacation, but it is not a good way for English speakers to learn the language at all. Because it's all just looking at sentences. There's no discussion about the script or about, I think they're called jukugo, which are compound words whose readings are based off of Chinese pronunciation, except not really at all, versus the kunyomi reading, which is the native Japanese meaning of, not meaning, but reading of a character that was like correlated to it after kanji were imported. Wait, no, kana came second, right? Kanji were first?
This is babies and toddlers.
Yeah.
Where do you guys think we should start?
Anyway, I know very random things. Wase Ego is weird English. That's funny.
Sarge, didn't you mention
I
music?
thought you were saying that Wase Ego was a transliteration of an English phrase,
Why don't we look for things that make noise?
Sure.
but that makes more sense. I don't know what Wase means, but I know that Ego is English.
What do you mean for me? Hey, where you?
I think they really are good guys.
Well, you wouldn't have trusted them otherwise. And I know that your trust is a hard-earned treasure. Well, for all our sakes, let's hope you're right, cowboy.
God, I hate this.
I'm willing to give him a chance.
I'm
to
sorry.
especially if it means getting Andy and our friends back.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, why is it a thing in anime where, like, whenever friends are low-key abusive to one another, people are like, you guys get along great. Like, it's consistent. It happens a lot in anime. And it's always confused me. I was like, in no situation would I be, like, snapping at a friend and expect somebody to be like, you guys must be close. Like, wouldn't you be uncomfortable? I'd be uncomfortable. Like, I get that they were just chasing each other around like, oh, I'm gonna get you, but also nobody does that except a parent with their child, so... Wasei means Japanese made. That's funny. That's actually really funny. I'm going to say that the best physical doctor I ever went to was both a physiotherapist and chiropractor. So he knew how to crack you and also how to treat muscles and which exercises to focus on. That sounds amazing. Again, like, not somebody I would go to if I was ill, but in terms of just, like, making your life better, yeah, I can see how that would be a really good place to pick up some great habits. And get some crackies. Korean is still tough regardless. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is, because it, as far as I know, it has, like, no etymological relatives. Like, it sounds kind of like... to me, phonetically, it sounds like a cross between Chinese and Japanese. But, Chinese is difficult for English learners. Japanese is difficult for English learners. I'm gonna guess Korean is difficult for English learners. Not as difficult, because you don't have kanji. You don't have thousands of characters whose meanings and pronunciations you have to memorize separately. But, in terms of learning the spoken language, I imagine it's just as hard. I can sometimes crack my sternum. I should probably get that checked. I can too, actually. And I remember, like, that same chiropractor was like, you don't have joints there. I'm like, okay. Then I am a broken boy. It doesn't hurt or anything. It doesn't feel like anything's wrong. I just don't have an explanation for it. Maybe I'm a mutant. I never had the ability to crack it while I was in his office, of course, so I was never able to really show him what I was talking about. But yeah, sometimes you just, you know, it's tight in the front and... Oh, I just did it, actually. I didn't think I would be able to, but there was a little tiny one. I've heard it's best to learn Korean, Japanese, and Chinese around the same time. I forget the exact reasoning for why it's recommended, but I'm going to try it. My only, like, hesitance with that is since in Japanese, each Chinese kanji already has at least 2 ways to read it, I would just be concerned about mixing up the Chinese readings with the Japanese readings by learning them at the same time. That's the only reason that I haven't also been looking at Mandarin, because I want to learn both. But it makes sense that you would want to... I don't know. It makes sense to me that, like, the brain would categorize some things in the same way. It's like, hey, you've already learned an Asiatic language, here's another Asiatic language. I wonder if that also applies to, like, Tagalog and Vietnamese, or if that's different because it uses the Roman alphabet? I don't know. That face of disappointment is priceless. So I've already shared enough that some here know I've got ADHD and a few anxieties. So one may surmise that this affects my neck and shoulders with stress. Oh, that's true. I can vary to become intense enough that some vertebrae literally get stuck together from the muscles holding onto them. Jeez. I know that fused vertebrae are a thing. I think my dad suffers from that. Oh no. And now this. I like this Heartless design a lot. It's very fluffy and cute. But, like, still interesting? I don't know. It's a good design. I like. Cancel. I want to open this box. I opened it. Hey, look! Princesses. I don't remember what my shortcuts are. I'm just gonna cast stuff. Stream! I'm gonna bet Chop. I'm gonna getcha. I'm gonna be your best friend. Good feelings gone. Oh, Finding Nemo. I don't know what that was in reference to, but I'll take it. Felt my clavicle cracking a couple times. I don't think I've had that. Also, geez, you really are fluent in English. Clavicle? I don't know the names of bones in any other language. Granted, I'm not fluent in any other language, but wow. Because that word does not come up often. Oh wait, you might have translated it. I don't know. I had a lateral clavicular fracture. Okay, you also know the word clavicle, damn. It's just your ribs getting ready to open to eat directly from your stomach, then close up. That makes sense. Lateral clavicular lateral clavicular fracture. Say that 3 times fast. Lateral clavicular fracture. Oh my god. That's a rough one. When I landed on my neck and shoulder while snowboarding. That's also a rough one. Made a good cracking sound. Fist-sized lump of matter, healed bone in my shoulder also contributes to my muscles getting more tense than they should. Yeah, for sure. Stress is really a factor, though. I was passing a stressful period once, and my physiotherapist massaged my jaw, which never would have occurred to me, and boy oh boy, I almost fainted. I've noticed that it hasn't happened in a long time, but when I'm really stressed, I get sick. And usually it's not, like, just a cold or anything. It'll be something random, like, it's gross. I don't want to, but, like, just weird stuff that's relatively harmless, but just, like, that's not a coincidence that's the only time that's ever happened to me in my life, and I'm really stressed right now. That's not a coincidence. I'm not that Disney well-versed as I often wish I'd be. It's fine. Disney's good. It's fine. I'm all for every opportunity to not give Disney money. Probably shouldn't say stuff like that in public if I want to be an actor. Oh well. It's out there now. Yeah, olive oil, the most common ingredient in Chinese takeout. Did I already? No, this is new. Uh-oh. Well, that's not what I wanted. Oh, clavicle is clavicola. Not too hard. Fair. It was truly a new level of pain, but it was incredibly freeing for my head tension. Wow. Massage your jaw muscles. I do have a weird jaw like issue. I have a weird kind of almost clicking thing with it. Not like TMJ, but just it feels a little bit unseated. And genuinely, I think it's because I've been whistling since I was 6 years old. Because, little known fact, 6-year-olds aren't great at excellent form and good habits. So I don't know if there's a healthier way to hold... Wait, no! Damn it. To hold my jaw when I'm whistling than what I'm doing, but I think that's the issue, because it's like, it's very forced. It's like my jaw, my chin's just out there. Hey, a box. Gold amulet. I should put that on. Oh my god, there's always so much. What is that? Pretty good. Gold amulet. Oh. It's worse. Cool. I could give it to one of the others, but I don't care enough. It's not like this is proud mode or anything. I don't have to try. Probably should try, though. Hey, beef actually is in Chinese cuisine. Confirmed. Well, look at these thingies. $15 for something with moving parts in this day and age? That's pretty good. Oh wait, but this takes place probably in like the 2000s, so it makes more sense. What does that say? My Little House. It's a very bland brand name, but we'll let it slide since it's fictional. Hi, Aaliyah. Johnny's streaming Kingdom Hearts, Chad is talking about physiotherapy, and Elena is flexing her skills. Yep, this is a certified Sunday stream. It's true. All the hallmarks are there. Language learning be wild. It's one thing to know the basics of any language and another to have fluency, for real. Massive gulf between the two. Fluency is all about understanding the culture as well as the words. Yeah, and not only that, but it's about being able to think in the language. Because otherwise, like, if you're constantly translating everything in your head, that's not quite fluency. It's close. But to me, at least, fluency implies sort of like a lack of effort. It's just, you know, the conversation just flows. What do I do now that I'm here? Am I failing to pay attention again? Psychosomatic symptoms are not as uncommon as people make them out to be. That's true. According to a language difficulty ranking, Tagalog is a Category 4 language, 1,100 hours to master. Japanese is a 5, 2,200 hours to master. In my opinion, I'd beg to differ, but I also grew up here. Also, it depends on what your native language is, right? I don't know how the categories take that into account. Because, like, it's certainly going to be much easier for somebody who grew up in China to learn Japanese than me, for example. It'll still be difficult, because they are vastly different languages, but they certainly have more in common than English and Japanese. Or English and Chinese. You know what English and Chinese have in common? Their languages meant to describe the world in a human way. And I think cheese in Chinese is cheese. I think that's about it. Oh, bye, Lily. I'm sorry if I missed you. Taking off. I'm not flexing. I'm talking about pain. You're right. It's not a coincidence. Did you go through mono? No. I've never had mono. As far as I know, that's a symptom of mono's post-sickness. Oh, potentially lifelong. No, fortunately, I've never had mono. Bob Iger's tuning into Sir Jonathan Bartush's random game streams. Yes, he personally is a big fan. Yes, I will surely be blacklisted for this. I know, Elena, you told me the story before a couple times. Don't know if this counts, but my back cracks for a very long time when I make it crack. What do you mean a very long time? Like many different ones in succession, or just like one? I don't even know what that would feel like. Jaw muscles are underrated. I sure like mine. I use them to eat and to talk, which are some of my favorite things as a person. Hasta la vista, baby. Yeah, how does a crack even last that long? Fluent literally means flowing. You got me there, bud. That's a very good point. Can confirm Aaliyah's back cracks gloriously. He also made a classmate of his pay like 5 cents for every cracking session because of how satisfying it is. That's so bizarre. I think I can make every vertebra of my spine crack. Yo. Jaw massages, not jaw muscles. Oh yeah, you're right. I read that wrong. Are you sure you use them to eat? Are you not skipping meals? See, when you say skipping, it makes it sound deliberate. Instead of just whatever I have. It's not ADHD. But I do hyperfocus, and I do have executive dysfunction, so it's... My psychiatrist literally doesn't know what to do with me. But hopefully that won't stop us from trying something new, because I sure would like to be making videos more quickly than I am. And I've concluded that the only way to do that is with better mental health, and I don't know how to get there. So, you know, doctors and stuff. One of these days I'm gonna go over, like, the biochemistry of how, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors work, SSRIs. Because I think it's really cool and poorly understood. I've explained it to a couple open-minded people who, thought that, like, being on antidepressants was like happy pills that just made things easier for you in life, and were like a crutch and a way to cope, and almost the same way that people use drugs recreationally. And it actually, like, they were open-minded about it. They found it very helpful. And to be clear, it is a crutch, but that's what you do when you're, like, disabled temporarily or otherwise. You use something like a crutch. It's not meant to, like, it is meant to be something you lean on, but not because... What am I trying to say? Not because it helps you get ahead, but because that's what it takes for you to approximate a normal person's life experience. That's what a crutch is for. So, we always use crutch like it's a bad thing, but sometimes it's just the tool for the job. Anyway. True story, it helped me pay for coffee at every school. That's fun. Is your spine Lego? No, it's not ADD. Next week? No, it's too soon. Normal is boring. I want to be weird. Weird is fun. No, what those people are talking about is the function of recreational drugs. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Good that you could enlighten them and your perspective is sound. I think so. Yeah, recreational drugs are a form of escape, and as somebody who doesn't really know anything about them, I can't say that, you know, like, obviously it depends on the drug, but I can't say that that escape isn't warranted. Sometimes you just need escape. There are probably better ways to do it. But, you know, it's not as bad as Reagan thought. What do I do? But yeah, there's a vast difference between a doctor saying, hey, this will make you somewhat normal, and, you know, your friend saying, hey, these are gonna make you feel great. Those are different things. Somebody one time suggested to me that prescription meds were the same as recreational drugs. It's just that people with more, like, lawful alignments need the authority of a doctor to say it's okay. And I was like, whoa, mind blown. And then I thought about it and it was like, wait, no, that's stupid. That's not true at all. Alright, I'll take another hint. I'm surprised I'm getting this stuck. I mean, it's just Kingdom Hearts. Well, speaking of stuck. Hi. Hello. Wow, you're not Disney IP. Why not? You know what? I respect the restraint, Disney. I respect it. You already decked out Sora's moves with your rides. It would be a little excessive to put your toys in the toy store. Think you'd go to the green corner of the window exit? Okay. Window exhibit? Okay. Hear me out. What if the doctors are evilly aligned? I mean, they're out there. There are some bad doctors. From what I've understood, though, through science communication outlets, LSD is probably going to become a therapeutic drug for PTSD and clinical depression in the near future. Yes, that is likely. They've also been doing similar studies with ketamine and shrooms. And of course, a lot of people are, on both sides of the issue, are taking that the wrong way, right? You know, like, users are feeling, like, vindicated and legitimized, whereas people who don't understand how mental health works think that this is proof that...
Is this it?
Oh. This is happening now.
Come on, Sora. You've never used a record player?
Huh?
Like
What?
this.
Whoa!
That's the same thing. Also, why didn't the record change speed when... Okay, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. But it's like saying...
Did that sound off to you?
Like, you would never say that...
Sora! There's some kind of strange noise coming from
Like,
your
if you overdose on Tylenol, you die.
Got it.
It is not a kind chemical.
You keep the record going.
Whoa, whoa,
Like-
whoa, whoa.
Having different amounts of things at different times matters. It changes the outcome. I'm gonna get water. What? I had a friend of mine try to convince me that a drug he was using would make me feel like I could fight God and win, and my immediate response, I kid you not, was, but I already play JRPG. Oh man, don't you love it when you have the presence of mind for stuff like that? He stopped asking me after that. As far as they've determined thus far, the best effect is whilst having a therapist guide their client through the effects of the LSD dosage. That makes complete sense to me. I mean, they call it a bad trip for a reason. They call it trip sitter for a reason. It makes sense to me that if you were going to do something, like have that intense of an experience, you would want it to be monitored very closely. Not just monitored to make sure bad stuff doesn't happen, but controlled so that good stuff does happen. People talk about like having transformative drug trips, but I mean, I've met many people who say that they had life-changing drug trips, but none of them have actually changed their lives afterwards. And that's because it doesn't make the work easier. Even if you do have an amazing epiphany in a trip, you still have to do the work to do what you learn from it, you know? And that is much easier done in therapy, where you've got somebody to guide you and hold you accountable. Moon Channel has a great vid on that, why you always kill gods in JRPGs. I want to check that out, actually, because I've always wondered. At first, I thought it was just because atheism, but that's not it. It's something else. It's something more than that. It's actually funny to me how common deicide is, since Japan isn't a religious culture very much. Like, some of them believe here and there. There is some Christianity, there is some Shinto, but for the most part, Japan isn't religious, so I don't know where all this anger at God is coming from. Which is strongly reminiscent of having a spirit guide. Yeah, that's exactly the same thing. Because spirit guides go to college for that. Don't they? They have to go through a lot of schooling to become spirit guides. Also, that's not cultural appropriation at all. Hey, remember when LSD was used by the CIA in microdoses on prison convicts for experiments on mind control and influencing choices? Now you do. Jeez. I hate our country. Not ours and yours as well, Aaliyah. I know that you are not here. But some of us in chat are. Why is there an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds that's literally just that? Just what? Drugs? Spirit guides? Killing God? Friend of mine had a weird trip and ended up becoming a pescatarian. Wow! Well, that counts as permanent change. Hell country, let me out. I genuinely thought about moving to Canada, but I actually started looking into it, and I learned that only seniors get their prescriptions covered by the public insurance there, and I'm like, nah, it's not gonna work for me. Spirit guides, but also killing God at the end. Yeah. Anyway, frogs. Damn, he does not look happy.
Let's see.
This man does not look happy. Just the blatty tuba in the background. Ah, good times.
This is the one.
Something seems to be stuck in this tuba.
Mmm.
I'll get it out. Almost got it. There.
Sure.
Corporal!
I can see why that would make a tuba sound a little funny.
You all right, son?
Yes, sir.
I was more thinking that it's funny how the role and function of spiritual ceremonial guide figures have come back into relevance. That's true, yes. Yeah, there is a parallel there. It is a similar function between therapist and spirit guide. That's true.
Taking Ham to another location. We have to hurry.
Having been clinically sterilized out of psychology for centuries, yeah, that was a mistake, for sure.
But Sarge,
Your tour is over.
I feel like mental
It's
health
all right.
has only
Our trusted
been
allies will take over.
a thing at all for the last, like, 100 years tops,
good luck, gentlemen.
in any, like, significant medical sense.
Huh? Hey!
You guys remember Trephination?
Going on!
Oh, right.
That was fun. Trephination is when you,
Mission complete.
it's when you, people believed that
Why didn't you
mental illnesses were caused by
a little sooner?
Because I was taking a picture of you. It was
Sorry,
awful.
there's no time to rest. Ham needs us.
Oh no, you have to go! Alright, good luck at work. I pray for your sanity. Love how there's no distinction of voice parts with the choir toads. Nah. Bye! We've had spiritual guides in many societies on Earth, all across the world, as regular and normal parts of both small and big societies needed someone to fill those roles. Yeah. So I consider it more like cultural reappropriation for all the parts of the world, really. That's true. I just meant specifically calling it a spirit guide. At least in the United States, has a connotation with the indigenous population here. And they are, like, chronically exploited and underrepresented even now. So, in the United States, there's more of a sensitivity to like spirit guides, spirit animals, anything like that. But no, you're right. On a global stage, it's totally fine. But yeah, trephination. So in the olden days, I don't remember how long ago this was. We're talking like 1300 at the latest, I think. They thought that mental illness was caused by pressure on the brain from the skull. Just your brain being in the wrong place.
I think it's coming from over
And
there.
honestly, I can't totally blame that logic. That would be a problem if there was pressure from your skull on the brain. So what they did was they would, you know, use your symptoms to determine what part of your brain had too much pressure on it. And they would just drill that part of the skull away. And then you're cured. Patients reported results such as pain and nothing. What do I do now? Search for ham. Wait, no, stop fucking... Doll section, okay. Oh, does that... Oh my gosh, like a forced perspective thing. That's cool, I didn't know that they did that.
Let's see.
Meow meow. I thought it would always just be like a Mickey. It's cool that they have forced perspective ones too. Looking for a pig. Oh, I'm looking for a pig. Doll section, like the whole store is dolls. Ba-dum-bum. Ra-na-na-na. Ba-dum-ba-da-da-da. Ba-dum-ba-da-da-dum. Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum. It's dumb that I can't come up with a better word to describe the roller function. No, yeah, I think it's an apt description. I was looking at it through a too narrow a lens, too US a lens. Something similar but less drastic, I've seen videos of people punching a tiny hole on the forehead in case of certain inflammations or headaches to relieve pressure. I don't know if it medically actually helps, but worst case, you bled this little gush of blood. Yeah, I don't know if that would help or not. I genuinely would. I don't know. To the window! Oh my god. Damn, Kingdom Hearts, you scary. She's actually a little frightening. Credit where credit is due. Also today, I discovered that what a cognito hazard is. My sister taught me that a few months ago. Any information, event, place, or person that is a mental hazard to see, hear, or study. Just the knowledge just knowing the concept or what the object is will harm you. For example, the game. The one that everyone here just lost. That's funny. I think cognito hazards are very cool from a writing perspective. There aren't a ton of... Well, I was going to say there aren't a ton of cognito hazards in real life, but maybe that's just me speaking from a place of having not encountered many. But I think that there's a rich concept there in fiction, and it's quite Lovecraftian, isn't it? Oh, I'm not trying to do anything weird. I'm just trying to target her. Ilya! First Nier's fishing, now Kingdom Hearts 3's blatant Instagram facsimile. Can't help but think how Dark Cloud 2 did fishing. Oh my god. Here we go! One could argue that the relationship between contemporary Korea and Japan is a cognito hazard, but it's complicated because one also needs to educate so that history doesn't repeat itself. That is a cognito hazard I have evaded so far. Maybe I should look into that. I remember hearing something very briefly about it, but I'm not a history guy, so I didn't look into it, but there are some things that, yes, I think it's just like, as a global citizen, there are things in history that we need to know, no matter how unpleasant they are. I just heard it again. It's like the TIE Fighter sound. Yeah? Am I making that up? Or is it actually there? I jump. Funny enough, whole concept of the cognito hazard is a cognito hazard. I don't know if I agree with that. How could knowing what a cognito hazard is harm you?
Wait.
Unless you mean indirectly, because it like gives you a bunch of curiosity into researching other ones.
No way, Buzz. That won't happen.
That won't happen!
You guys are too strong.
Did they teach about the Philippine-American War in U.S. history? I believe so. I'll be completely honest, I'm not the right person to ask. I did very poorly in history and remember very little of it. But I believe so.
Trust me, you'll be fine if you don't lose heart.
Well, that's good. Because I know you, Buzz.
We certainly didn't have a whole unit on it in the vein of like World War I or World War II. We also we learn a lot about America's Civil War. Surprise. And you may have like seen online there's controversy about how to teach about the Civil War, because for years, decades even, schools have insisted that the main issue in the Civil War was states' rights. And only recently have people been willing to be like, no, it was slavery though. Like, yeah, they dressed it in the envelope of states' rights, but it was about slavery. That was the only states' right they were interested in. Italian high school didn't go over it. Well, that makes sense.
Be safe, Ham.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
I don't know if Italy could be further from the U.S.-Philippine War.
Let's follow that UFO. Right.
Oh. I doubled down with Donald. DDD. Dream drop distance. Double down Donald. Why does that sound awful? What are we doing now? Oh, chase the UFO. That makes sense. Where'd it go? Oh no. Ah! No. Oh, hello.
Let's see.
If I were a UFO that flew off during that cutscene, where would I go? Not what I meant to do, but sure, let's save. Some schools, that's true. Yeah, speaking of states' rights, every state in the United States teaches history differently. You know, some years will focus on just that state, for example. Da 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 da. I don't think it's up here, but might as well check. The ceiling is a UFO. Hello. Oh, look, nothing. Wouldn't it be nice if I was looking at things when they happened? I only have myself to blame for being so clueless in this stream. Most of this stream has been me going the wrong way. And looking at chat. We're having a nice conversation. Hello, Mugo. I can make a this now. Wonderful. Is that the first time I've... No, it's not the first time I've synthesized... I don't know how to anything. I'm sorry. Where am I gonna find those things? I don't even know what they are. I'll look for that one at least. Oh, I don't have to accept them manually. You just do them. Okay, that's good. You can make keyblades? Oh! Oh no, you can improve keyblades. That all takes the same materials. I've been using the Hero's Origin almost exclusively. Let's do that. Do it again. Let's do it again. Nice. The basilisk will never exist due to a little bitty problem. The basilisk helped me build myself, or I will torment you for eternity. My honest reaction with a bucket of water near the server. I don't know anything about what you're talking about. if I remember correctly, they did the revisionist moves in Confederate states and framed it as a conflict over states' rights after the war. Yeah. Like their wives were doing a ladies' club pushing that agenda. Something like that. I've never really been to the South in any major capacity, so I'm pretty much in the dark. Like, I might as well be as far away as you are, in a lot of ways. That makes me curious, how do you focus years of history class on the history of a single US state? I mean, it's quite brief, all things considered. Yeah. And to be fair, I don't remember for sure if we spent an entire year on California. But, we have the Gold Rush. And there have been some wars here. Maybe we just did a semester or something, I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, especially like coming from a place like Italy, which has thousands of years of history. It's kind of funny to be like, I'm sorry, US history? Can't we do that in like a chapter? Oh, you guys had your bicentennial recently? That's cute. You guys have been so incredibly good about not giving me hints or backseating, but I'm taking the brakes off. If something's bugging you and you want to say it, I'm all ears. I'm not paying close enough attention to claim that I'm doing everything I can to have like the intended experience. And that's not because I'm like trying to give the game a hard time or anything. That's genuinely just because I'm having too much fun with chat. Don't remember, but it's probably in a store you haven't visited yet. Okay. An Italian physics lab declared they'd measured a result that indicated that neutrinos had gone faster than light speed, and later had to backtrack because it turned out to be a loose switch. Italian physics have had a bit of a reputation since and before, but not as publicly. Got it. How can we backseat you if we don't know the answers? What we're talking about is a prime example of a cognito hazard. It's called Rocco's Basilisk. Oh no. Oh no. This thought experiment posits that the creation of an artificial intelligence will lead to an all-powerful artificial intelligence that will retroactively punish anyone who did not help creating it. That sounds familiar. I've probably heard something about that. I don't know why that qualifies as a cognito hazard, though. That's just a doomsday scenario. Plenty of people make those. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen. I saw a history vid on how the Golden State Bridge was constructed concurrent to another bridge, and it was basically a pissing match between the architects. I didn't know that. Try the third floor stores? I could do that, couldn't I? The play place seems like a decent area to... Oh. Hey, great suggestion! Thanks, Endless!
For us. The mystic portal awaits.
Ugh. History class here starts in prehistory and ends in the 1980s. I personally closed it with Berlin Wall's fall. And while it's mostly Eurocentric, it definitely goes over global events outside Italy. That's about what I would expect. That seems fair. Also because Italy stops being glorious and cool at a certain point and turns into a fucking mess and never gets better. That's funny. It gets a little better. I'd certainly rather be in Italy now than in the 40s. I'll tell you that much. Wow, I never thought about it in the context, though, of Italy inventing fascism, because I guess, yeah, that was the Roman Empire to a degree. Your shield's ready? Let's bombardier! Flashback of when I threw him into a fiery pit. Well, that hit nothing. Excellent. I'm glad it hit nothing.
Hold on. I think I see a pattern to how it moves.
Thanks, Woody. What would I do without you, Woody? Oh, bye.
You think there's a way to hit it from far away?
Perhaps if we use the cannons on those mechs.
Good timing. Come on, Sora!
Wait, is the idea with the basilisk that it will punish people who knew about it but didn't help create it? Because then I see how it's a cognito hazard. I could have healed. I'm not playing well. Or really at all. In some definitions. I'm so invested in cognito hazards. Specifically, if you did anything else than to aid in its creation, then you would be punished. But how... Wouldn't knowledge of that make you more likely to survive and be unharmed by it? Because then you could, like, take action to... Or is the idea that people would build it deliberately, like a self-fulfilling prophecy, as opposed to it just being an AI that one day takes that path without input from its creators? I'm having trouble understanding how knowing about it makes you more susceptible to it. Nothing can top Bill Wurtz's History of Japan. That's a pretty good video. Even I was entertained. I also liked his history of the entire world, I guess. Just knowing that this AI exists bounds you to help build it, and if you don't, it makes the AI punish you, so it's a cognito hazard. I guess. But you're no worse off than if you didn't know about it. Unless the implication, again, is that people are going to design it to kill people in order to prevent it from killing them, which doesn't make sense. That would never happen. Like, it's only a cognito hazard if you are a robotic engineer and also clinically insane. Otherwise, it can't hurt you. Mussolini knocked to our king's door and said, "Hey, this room's mine now," and the king was like, "Yeah, sure, come in." I'm sure it went down exactly like that, yeah. I should be attacking the UFO. That's what a smart person would do. No, why would you think that's what I wanted? Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh no. That's not good. There we go. There we go. I probably shouldn't have done that. But here we are. Okay, bye. There we go. Yeah? Yeah! Thunder! Fun fact. In 24th November 1975, 90% of the women in Iceland went on strike simultaneously. They did not go to their paid jobs and did not do any housework or child rearing for the whole day. Iceland's parliament passed a law guaranteeing equal pay the following year. Nice.
Nirvana will not be.
If you know about its incumbent existence and then you fail to edit a... Now I understand. Okay. Now I understand. Also remember that Mussolini was... Yes, that is a cognito hazard then, for sure. Also remember that Mussolini was once a socialista militante. Fighting socialist and fascism started just as a way to give power to middle-class people frightened by the Soviet communists. I did not know that.
That room isn't even his real room.
Wow.
Can you prove that any of that nonsense is true? Oh. And even if that Andy's room is fake,
Europe was a mess post-World War I, and honestly, World War II was France's fault.
Going home to wait for him.
Really? I always figured World War II was the fault of whoever forced Germany to pay all reparations for World War I. Because they made an entire country desperate with nothing to lose. And that typically doesn't go well on a global stage.
Problem to solve.
Beep, 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 France mentioned.
I'm not so sure about that.
Look how close they are.
Guys, can we see you off?
That would be great.
Just pop. I'm in rage form again, bitch. If I remember correctly, Mussolini was a big fan of AH, and the former read the book that the latter wrote in prison during World War I, and basically was a fanboy of his for a while through that. I did not know that. I think Alessandra Mussolini is alright. She did that one city pop song in the 80s while she was in Japan. It's a bop. Yeah, why are we so hard on Mussolini?
Army men ×4.
He's just a pop idol.
Ham. Aliens, 1, 2, 3. Wait, where's Rex?
You can learn Sora, Donald, and Goofy's names, but you don't know your own friends' names. The Little Green Men and the Green Little Men. I don't remember what the soldiers were called.
This is about us? He's not safe. The Heartless are out there.
You're right.
I bet there's...
Donald, Goofy. One last time?
Sure.
Sure!
Thanks, guys.
Okay, what I...
Rex was in the video game
141.
section.
Oh boy, let's go!
Alright, so we'll I'll finish up this world, and that will be where we end the stream for today. And I won't forget the end screen this time, like I did last week. Made me feel awful. Because there's no undo button for ending stream. There is a direct lineage there? That's interesting, I didn't know that. No joke, that must be an incredibly difficult life. Probably even harder for the generation in between. Go! Yes! Did Donald just say, "Oh boy, Rex, go"? I don't think so. Maybe. I keep forgetting that I've got stuff I should be equipping. Like, I've got a lot of new stuff. Bum, bum, ba-dum-dum. Such as aerial recovery. And fusion spin. Speed slash. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Sure. That's it for now. Alessandra was and is also directly involved with politics. Oh wow, that's... What a complicated life. I don't think there's a pasta called Mussolini. I also do not think so. They may have wanted to change their name after the fact also. It was pretty hard for a few Norwegians called... Oh, yep. Yep. And, like, that wasn't an uncommon name at the time. That just went downhill for all of them. All of them out there. Hey, we respect our pasta. Yeah. Oh, to the game section. I wasn't paying attention. Again. I don't even remember seeing games while I was exploring. Oh. That's probably games.
Hooray!
You just like it because it has your name in the title.
See, Sora? Well, I never looked this good. The clothes kind of match.
Huh?
Tetsuya Nomura is just actually saying, like, yeah, I like, oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. What's his name?
What do you know? They are video game
Why
figures.
did I think Ishtola?
I told
That's
you.
Final Fantasy XIV. That is a cat girl from Final
Just
Fantasy
like the rest
XIV.
of us.
Yozora?
Well, I suppose.
Donald, I thought your magic decided how I look. Explain.
Simple, that's not you.
Say, Riku would make
Close
a great
enough!
action figure.
Must be him.
No, it's me. I've got the black clothes and,
So what?
All right, everyone. Now that we're back together, it's time to
Donald
return to
being the
Amy's
voice of reason. And a total buzzkill.
Check the strategy guides. I want to know how to beat Bahamut.
Yeah, again, I didn't need to hear Rex say Bahamut. I really didn't.
Now we need to go home.
Can't wait till my food's done. I haven't had any for in Revenant. Guys, I'm not a role model.
Oh, but
You should not allow yourselves to. Hey, I'm working on it too. Let's all work on it together. This whole 21 hours no food thing is no bueno. That
it's us
doesn't
that you
fly.
really want. Leave the others out of this.
You would say that.
I don't know if I've ever like procrastinated that bad
Very
with
well.
food.
Let's skip to the final stage.
I'm not trying to make you feel worse. I just 21 hours. That sounds painful.
Come on, Buzz.
Quit fooling around.
I can't believe it. Buzz has been taken over?
What did you do to him?
Blah, 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 the darkness.
I am testing the strength of their bonds.
Space cats.
In this world, toys have hearts.
Now you shall eat regularly.
Hearts
Maybe.
come from a powerful
I hope
bond.
so.
So what happens when those bonds are stretched to their limit? When they're
21-8.
worlds apart,
21!
cloth and plastic hold on to their hearts. All I needed was a wedge to widen the divide.
I actually moved because of a woman who's the lucky lady, Margaret Thatcher.
That chasm you created can be filled with a vast darkness. Witness it for yourself.
I don't remember what Margaret Thatcher did. I know her name. That's all I've got. I'm really not good with history. Why do I feel like horrid shame about this? Oh, okay, I'm in a TV now. Persona 4! I only noticed it today because I figured my headache had a reason. Yeah. Zeus is on the Keyblade? Is he really? I didn't notice that.
Where am I?
Haven't you heard? In this world, you come from a video game.
But that's
now
not
you can
actually
watch my
true,
experiment from
right?
inside that screen. That is, if you manage to find a moment's rest.
There's got to be a way out. Buzz, Woody,
Thatcher was the Iron Lady Prime Minister of Britain. Fuck. Oh. Got it. That's funny. $5,000 points! Oh, I can just walk on whatever this is. Cool.
not done yet.
Don't remember which year she spent as Prime Minister. Me neither! Wow! Bum bum ba dum ba dum ba da dum ba dum. That's how it goes, I think, in the music. Oh, oh, oh! Okay. I hate this minigame, the only trophy preventing me from getting the Platinum Trophy on PlayStation. Oh no! Oh man! That's rough. What, I'm not... I'm not sure what the goal is here. Do I just kill things? This one specifically, maybe? Prime bonus! Okay. Sure. Oh, I'm blowing these up? Alright, let's do it. Heat Blast! Oh, that is not alive. Better get it, better get it, better get it, better get it. I am running out of... Oh, wait. No, I thought that was an objective. That's literally just a weapon. Okay. Noted. Wait, do I actually just have to kill every last one of them? Fine.
Yeah, keep 'em coming.
Clearly. Wonderful cover, you should release it. Yep, that'll be my next upload for sure. Definitely for real. That was really well timed with the soundtrack. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Did mean to do that. Can you... Oh, wait, no. I keep forgetting that the death animation is a little complicated. Yay! Sure. I never actually tried enough of the different Gigas out to really know what the differences are in the handling. What does that mean? Exploders. Oh, okay. They're that. I'm surprised... I'm surprised how much... I don't dislike the soundtrack at all, but when I compare it to Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, I just... Nothing has wowed me, really. We've gotten some great rearrangements and stuff like that, but... there hasn't been a ton of original stuff, and what's there has mostly been eh. I hate to say that, I really do, because I know that this game gets praised for its soundtrack just as much as the others do. But me personally, I'm not feeling it. And I know that it wasn't all Shimomura. I know that this was a joint effort. And it's hard to know who did what. To a degree. In some cases. Like, for example, like it really frustrates me how difficult it is to know the credits. Like the actual credits of video game music. Like in the Honkai Star Rail video, I spent the entire editing process using a voiceover where I credited the track Lingering Heat to Leah Ah, because that's who wrote it according to Spotify. But according to the credits on a Chinese site that actually like breaks it down and shows like composer, arranger, master, or mixer, like all that stuff, Leah Ah isn't even there. He's not even mentioned. So I switched it to Yuzhou Wang because I figured that the source with more information that is actually in Chinese is more likely to be right than Spotify, but also, what? How do you get it that wrong? Like, one of them is extremely wrong. And I just guessed which one. And that's a problem. I wish that would stop happening with video game music. It's hard to know to a degree in some places while really covering your bases. Just hedging my bets until my words mean nothing at all. That's how you avoid cancel culture. You just never say anything that means anything. France made Germany sign the Versailles Treaty to end World War I, and in this made Germany pay for the rep. Okay, so I didn't know that France was the one that suggested that. Yeah, I do feel that the reparations for World War I were the main instigator of World War II. I'm not saying that, like, I'm not saying poverty made Hitler like, hey, I've got an idea, but I think he would have had a much harder time rising to power if people had more to lose at the time in Germany. Poor Hong Kong, considering how the state of affairs spiraled down there. Yeah. Later crisis of Wall Street due to a market bubble on real estates. America could not keep buying coal, which made the franc currency plummet. Oh, I see. I didn't know that was the timetable of it. Yeah, I remembered. We did learn in U.S. history class, not U.S. history class, but history class in the U.S. that before World War II, you literally had to have wheelbarrows of cash in order to buy groceries. That is how you know that your currency is not doing so well. Thanks, Euro. That really worked out well for Germany, the Euro. I know I probably don't know any better, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think Hong Kong was better off sticking with the UK. Can't comment. I wish I knew more about the situation, but I really just, I don't have a head for history. It goes in one ear and out the other. I generally have a pretty good memory, but I have no idea why it's so hard for me to understand history. It's just stories. Stories are easy for me to actually, no, that's not true. I forget stories a lot too. This is a super stringed up version of things, but yeah. Oh yeah, of course. I don't expect you to actually like teach a course while I'm streaming Kingdom Hearts 3. Versailles Treaty and its consequences were a disaster for yeah. Yeah, it was not a good time. It was not a good treaty. We shan't speak any more with meaningful sentences. Proceed to only type. Well, I mean, for you guys, that doesn't change anything. You can't really blame France for being skittish against their German neighbors, but again, I think the problem with nationalism from before World War I was still more relevant. World War I didn't solve that. Yeah. The currency they introduced around the year 2000? Yeah, somehow I knew that I wasn't actually correct about that. I don't know what happened to the franc between World War II and 2000. But I know something did, because they stopped having to buy groceries with wheelbarrows of money. Feel you over the remembering history thing. I suck at that as well. History is a constant flow of actions and consequences of real people who lived, and once you understand that, just understand the context behind certain decisions, it's much easier to pinpoint why some things happen. Yeah, once you can see the big picture, like it's easy to like categorize things as ripple effects. But when I learned all this stuff, I was too dumb to see the big picture, you know? I didn't see all of the patterns and the repetition and how it's just the same struggles and problems in different forms for thousands of years. I think if I were to take a history class now, it would go quite differently from how it, like in, oh my goodness, easily my least favorite class in high school. Because I didn't understand it, I didn't see the pattern, so it was just memorization. That's all that class was to me, was memorization. And that sucks. But it's also a failing of the school system for not teaching me the patterns. Whatever. 1914 Christmas truce, though, heartwarming. I have to agree. I think that's a good story. My stream is history in the making. With some definitions. Franc was the best currency in all of Europe during the funny mustache man era. Even if you did see the pattern, you would have been exhausted by how stupid the makers of history have always been with making history. Oh, I'm exhausted now. Germany economy was booming those years. It's unfortunate that sometimes, not always, sometimes just humanitarian crises of the worst kind are great for the economy. I studied my memory in high school because that's what gave me grades. By memory in high school because that's what gave me grades. What little stuck with me is what I built on once I realized, wait, but these aren't separated events. These are connected. It's all connected. The same mistakes again and again. Let's bring out historical catastrophe bingo. It's funny because the whole reason we learn history is so that we can repeat the good stuff and not repeat the bad stuff. But all we do is repeat the bad stuff. And it's not because we as a species are ignorant and stupid. It's because of corporate greed. That's usually what it comes down to. Regarding catastrophe, I hear a pito. One day I'm gonna have you guys meet the parrots. I just haven't figured out a way to do it logistically because I'll want to like bring them in and say hi and then I'll want them out, and I don't really know how to do that in a short period of time. Corporate greed and rampant corruption! That's what we love. We as a species just can't get enough. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, wait, if humans are inherently like, if humans inherently trend toward good over evil, and I believe they do, and like most of the people I meet have good hearts, so how is it that all this stupid, mean stuff keeps happening? And then I remember that in order to get power, you have to be abusive.
And you? Oh, wait.
With very rare circumstances.
He disappeared into a dark corridor.
Sora, how do we get him back?
I don't know.
I will say, I'm glad that Kingdom Hearts 3 is kind of making the Disney worlds matter. I think it's cool that the organization is directly interacting with Buzz Lightyear. That's a great improvement over some of the other games.
In the Kid Corral. We can infiltrate from a window inside
But
babies and toddlers.
but I can't help but laugh at, oh no, Buzz Lightyear went through a corridor of darkness. Why are you so close? That was too much. I did not appreciate that.
Bring Buzz home. With batteries included?
Journey safely.
Journey safely.
Don't worry. We're gonna get our friends.
You could bring them into the other room by walking out. That's true, that would work. Not sure you have legs. That's true, I've never shown you my legs. I think I've shown pants at some point. Okay, I am gonna save, and I'll grab the birds, and then I will end stream. Okay, it's time. We're gonna grab the birds. I've secretly been a slug cat the whole time. I do spend a lot of time in my chair. It's the truth. Birds! You have shown us your legs? I thought so. Just once. To, like, prove that I wasn't in my underwear or something stupid like that. Oh, yeah! I do have legs in that. What a stupid thing to say. Okay, I will be right back. There it is. Gotta get that trill in there. 1 second. Bird. Hello, this is Bird. So this is Lima. He likes being on people's heads, and you can't see Zulu. There she is. So we have birds. These are not my birds. I don't take care of them. Yeah, he sometimes he'll like groom my hair as if it's like quills that need to be desheathed. What are you doing, Zulu? He's a rock climber. But yeah, these are the birds I live with. Never ever say I'm gonna show you my bird in Italy? Really? Okay, I won't. Do you guys think he'll forget the outro? You're mean. Yeah, they are. Together they are landing zone. That really was a coincidence. There was no... That was not intentional at all. You guys are beautiful, Elena says so. Also, you have a cousin in Italy. His name is Pito, and I don't know anything else about him, really. 23rd of September, there's another picture. The legs are confirmed! Now! I thought the headphones were an integral part of your head. Cool that they're detachable. Yeah, I realized that I was gonna put them back on, but I've still got the Toy Story audio going, and I just didn't want to listen to it anymore. And I don't need to hear the computer sounds to talk to you guys. Yeah, so those are the birds. And they have probably pooped all over my chair, because that is what they do. I put a towel there, but, you know, you can only bird-proof so much. And my room is not bird-proofed, because usually they don't go in here. But, yes, thank you for coming to stream. I'm sorry they're not, like, usually they'd be on my shoulders or something. I don't know why they're hiding. They're still on the chair. They want to be involved, but I don't know, maybe they don't like the screens. Zulu's much more affectionate is the funny thing. Lima's afraid of everything because he's dumb. And when you are dumb, you have to have some kind of survival instinct. What is that? Okay, well, yeah. So you finally met the birds. I want to pet their cheek so bad. Yeah, thank you guys for coming to stream. I hope you had fun. I did. We had some interesting talks. Well, yeah, wish I knew more about history. But, let's see, what is... They can see us? Yeah, yeah, sure. What's coming up? We will not buy another pedo. Next week, I'm gonna finish Scorn, which I played around Halloween time. Because enough of you seemed interested in finishing that, and I haven't played any of it off stream. So next week we will do Scorn, and then we will go back to Nier Automata. No, they're on my bed now. I gotta get them before they poop. Thank you very much for coming. I'll see you guys later. Bye!